Hi, hello. Welcome to Devon Monk's Works and Worlds. I am on week 28 of Monday Monks vids. I've managed to do a video for 28 weeks in a row. Pretty happy about that. Thank you for spending a little time with me, for stopping by. If you find me on a Monday, happy Monday. If you find me some other time, thanks for checking out the channel. I am a best-selling author of fantasy and urban fantasy, and I tend to talk about three things. How writing's going, how knitting's going, because I knit toys and give them away in my newsletter, and how just general life and stuff is going on. So I want to start this by saying thank you for stopping by. If you looked at last week's video, which was about the modifications that my husband and I had made on our Astrovan so we could use it as a tent on wheels, I think I've gotten more hits off of that video. More people have viewed that video than any other video. And so thank you van modders out there who stopped by just to check out what we were doing. I hope some of our suggestions were helpful. We were mostly trying to look at window treatment solutions and also just easy sleeping solutions. And so that's what the last vid was about. And thank you all for stopping and checking that out. If you want more vids like that from us, because we're always up to something, let me know in the comments if you like seeing modification things that we do or builds that we do or things like that. Writing's been pretty good, thank you. It happens in this career, it's happened to me several times. I had saved a month of this year to work on a side project that I was very excited about and calling it the secret side project. It's a novel, but I've been looking forward to it since November. And when I started working on it at the beginning of July, I was very excited to dig in, and I could not figure it out. I couldn't get anything right. Not the characters, not the world, not the magic system, nothing was going right. And I kept retrying and retrying. And if you watch my July videos, I talk about how I think I've got the beginning. I'm really on track now. Then I say I'm not on track anymore. I threw it away. And I did that over and over again. I only had, 4 videos in July, but I think I did 20, 25 different beginnings of this novel, different points of view, all the ways that you approach. Outline it, don't outline it, write it with just with the idea of what the scene is. Don't write it with an idea of the scene. Figure out everything about the character. Figure nothing out about the character. None of it worked. It was a big old fail sandwich. So I gave up at the end of July. I'm like, I had even given a little piece of it to my beta reader to see if I was on the right track. Not on the right track. So I just gave up. I thought, okay, for whatever reason, this idea isn't working right now, and them's the breaks. That's how it goes sometimes in the creative industry. It just won't pull together no matter how much skill or time or effort you put into it. And so then August rolled around, and it's time for me to be writing Wayward Sky, which is book 3 in the Souls of the Road series. I'm hoping to have that out, as I've said, by the end of the year, probably maybe in the autumn, maybe early winter. I'll give you a date when I get it, but I'm going to start writing that, or should be starting writing that at the beginning of August. And I sat down to write Wayward Sky, and this other book that I've been trying to get in order all July suddenly comes just flowing out of my fingers like, ha ha ha, here's the side project that you wanted to be working on all last month. So I'm going to take the good, I'll take the silver lining. I actually have the beginning of that side novel. I'm a chapter and a half into it, which isn't very much, but I like it. It's fun. It's engaging. I know that that's what I was aiming for that whole month of hitting my head against the brick wall. I can't work on it right now full time because now I need to work on Wayward Skies. So I don't know when I'm going to get to working on it. My current idea is work on it early in the morning and work on Wayward Skies for the rest of the day. I don't know if that's going to work or not. We'll see. Writing's a weird thing. Half the time I feel like I'm just tricking my brain into doing what I want it to do, or kind of outsmarting my own tendency to throw roadblocks in my own way. It's weird, people, being a writer. Anyway, so I'm happy to say I do have the beginning of that book. When I get to work on it, who knows? I also have the beginning of Wayward Sky. Good, because I was having a difficult time nailing that down. But the good thing about Wayward Sky is it's the 3rd book in a series, so I have all the world building set and the characters set. So I just need to fall back into it. And what's funny is I started that Wayward Skies, the beginning of it. I'm like, oh, it's going along. I like it. I like it. But then I looked at it and I'm like, oh dear, I'm writing it in third person, which is he walked into the whatever the building. You know, it's the he walked into, he did this, or she did this, she did that, right? It's a third person perspective instead of writing it in the first person perspective, which the books are written in a first person perspective. The other two books are Brogan Gage's perspective, where he's like, I did this and I do that. I walked over here, I did this thing. And so I wrote the beginning all in third person, and I'm like, oh dear, I need to switch it over to first person, which is you can just go through and revise it so that it's the same stuff just told through first person point of view. So I went in there and was revising it. And as I was revising it, I kept turning it back to the third person. So I'm like, first person, first person, first person. Oh, wait, go back and fix that. Third person, third person, third person. No, wait. First person, first person, first person. So it's funny, but I think, it is as what it is going along. And so I'm happy for that. So Wayward Skies is coming along. I hope to just rock it through that. That's my goal. What's next? Knitting. How's knitting going? Knitting is good. I am going to be mailing out all of the toys that were won from the what was the last one? The July newsletter. I'm going to be mailing those off this week. So if you are one of the winners, look for your package. It will be coming your way. I do have an international a toy that's being sent internationally, so that one will take a little longer, but it's headed your way. What else? I am knitting. I started that toy that I said there was no pattern for, that I was going to have to make the pattern myself. So I started that pattern. So far, so good. I have another knit that I promised it to someone like 2 years ago. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. When somebody asks me to knit something for them, I love it. I love that I can knit it for them. But I also really procrastinate. And I don't know if I'm afraid that it's not going to turn out very good and that the person who I'm giving it to won't like it, or what it is. But when I am on the hook for giving somebody something that I've promised, I will drag that out and it'll take me forever to do it. So this one has taken way too long. Chris, it's already half started. I just need to finish it. So I will be also finishing that toy, and I will be knitting a new toy for the newsletter. So the newsletter should be coming out next week, or the week after is coming out here at the end of August, which, can you believe we're already halfway through August? Jeeps. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, now we just have Life and Stuff. Well, Life and Stuff is going well. We're going to pop out on a quick RVing trip here, just a local. We're going to hit a river and just hang out. So that'll be coming up here real soon. I'll try to get some pictures maybe for that. What else? People seem to still be enjoying Brute of All Evil, which is the last book in the series. So I've been happy to see that. That's a life thing. Oh, garden. Our garden's doing great. We have lettuce. We have tomatoes coming on. Little tomatoes are ripening up really good. We've had several salads from our lettuce. We got radishes in, and yesterday, I ate one of our first sugar pod peas, where you can eat the whole pod. It's flat. It's like sugar peas or whatever they are. Oh, we love those, and it was delicious. So the garden's coming along. It looks like we will probably get cucumbers, and our rhubarb is doing well. And I told my brother, who was over the other day, and I said, we planted rhubarb this year. And he's like, do you like rhubarb? And anybody who's read the Ordinary books knows that I make the lead character in the first book, and really through all the books, hate rhubarb. She hates it. She ends up, I'm not really spoiling anything, she ends up having to judge a rhubarb contest, but she hates rhubarb. And so he's like, do you even like rhubarb? And here's what's true. I didn't like it when I was younger. The texture is kind of that mushy, stringy texture when it's cooked. So I have not enjoyed rhubarb. But I haven't had it really as an adult. Like I haven't explored rhubarb. So we planted it this year, and we will try rhubarb. I will see if I like it or not. Maybe I will share Delaney, my lead character's opinion, and not like rhubarb, but we're going to give it a shot. So we'll see how that goes. I think what I will do, I haven't done this for a little while, is I'll go ahead and pull. I always shake this. I love that sound. It's our little wooden box, our little heart, and inside of it are some pieces of paper that I have written just different prompts on for, like, if nobody asks me questions and if I'm out of things to say, we just pull one of these, usually about my books, not always. Sometimes it's about writing or whatnot. But we'll pull one out here. What do we got? Oh, geez. Interesting. This is a interesting thing to get on for a question or a subject. Here, let me see if I can get it to, sometimes this camera's a little loopy. Here we go. Okay, so that says traditional. Traditional. And by traditional, I'm pretty sure this was like beginning of the year Devon who typed these out, but I'm pretty sure what I was talking about with traditional is traditional publishing. And that's a very, very long subject, and there's no way I'm going to be able to cover that here on the channel. But yes, I have been traditionally published, which means I have had works published in what are considered professional magazines for fiction magazines. And I have also been in what is considered professional anthologies. And a lot of times what professional boils down to is how much money they pay, what their contract is like, and who their editors are. So, and what their distribution of the magazine or the anthology is, because, you know, is it going to go into bookstores? Is it going to go into supermarkets? Like, where is it going? So all these things kind of pile onto what it makes it a traditional sale. But probably what I wrote that little tag for is traditional publishing for novels, which I have also been traditionally published with novels. I was published through Penguin Random House, through one of their imprints for my first Ally Beckstrom series, for the spin-off series, for my steampunk series, and for my kind of space future sci-fi House of Mortal series. So I've had several series out through traditional publishing, and then over several years. And then I thought, I want to try indie publishing through myself, you know, doing my own publishing, my own little publishing company, and putting books out. And I've had a really good time doing that. I was very nervous. Oh my gosh, so nervous. And that's a whole nother subject. That's indie publishing. But I find it very fulfilling. I love it. I can get books out faster to my readers. I can explore more ideas, different kinds of series than I could really with traditional publishing. And there's so many questions that go behind traditional publishing, like, should you do it? Should you not do it? What are the benefits? What are the downfalls? And just like anything else, traditional publishing has its pros and its cons. And there are a lot of interesting and kind of game-changing things happening in publishing right now. One of them being this giant merger that they're trying to decide is going to be allowed, or if it's going to trigger the monopoly laws, which is Penguin Random House buying Simon & Schuster, which is another large imprint. I'm not for it, just because I think that authors should have more imprints, more markets, more options for where they could actually sell their works. And if it all goes under one umbrella, you really don't have more options. You have that one place that you're selling to. And I would like to see good, strong markets out there for authors for traditionally published works. So yeah, traditional publishing, I need to thank it so much, because when I first started writing, that was really the only way you could get novels out to the public in a way that was kind of like at a mass level. That's how you got into bookstores and libraries, and not to mention used bookstores and that kind of stuff. But, you know, traditional publishing was the way to go. There really wasn't, indie publishing was barely starting off with, like, ebooks and stuff was barely starting off when I started my novel career. I had been writing short fiction before that. So traditional publishing taught me so much. I can't say anything bad about my editor. She was amazing. She's a wonderful person. I learned so much just from being edited by her, learned how to look at books in a different way. And same with copy editors and the other people who worked on my work, and the artists and all that. I just feel very, very lucky at where I have been in traditional publishing. Will I ever do traditional publishing again? Probably, maybe. It just depends on the work and the offer and the, you know, all those things, the distribution, what would I actually offer to traditional publishing? What would they offer to me? And, you know, those decisions would be made then. So I'm not like, traditional publishing, worst thing ever. But, you know, I would definitely go in with my eyes more open now, because I have had some time with traditional publishing, and I've had a lot of experiences. And so I have a feel that of some of the pitfalls that happen in traditional publishing and some of how I handle traditional publishing, because it's a big, I don't want to go into details, but like you got to think about how you work as a creator too, and does that fit the model of traditional publishing? Like I like getting my books out fast to my readers. I could do faster. I'd like to do faster, but I like that I can pivot very quickly in indie publishing to offer certain works. And I've even had I've heard readers say, gosh, I love this in her book. Somewhere I'll see it online, whatever, on a review, or somebody will mention it to me, maybe in an email or something. And I'm like, they love it? Well, I love it too. I'll add a little more of that in there. That'll be fun. And it's a very quick turnaround kind of feedback into the work, which is more difficult in traditional publishing because there are really long lead times in traditional publishing. By the time you turn in a finished book, you may not be scheduled to have that book come out for 2 or 3 years. So I like finish a book, get a book out, finish a book, get a book out. I find that rollover really rewarding. So there are good things about traditional publishing. Like I said, I learned a lot, but there's a reason why I'm not in it right now. And, that quick turnaround is one of the reasons. And there are other reasons like, geez, big monopolies eating each other. And what are the contracts that traditional publishing is offering right now? Sometimes there are rights that they are asking for that are, sorry, traditional publishing, but that are just really too much. And so when I think about how I want my career to go forward right now, indie is the space for me. Not ruling out traditional, but indie is the space for me. So yeah, traditional publishing has been my learning ground. I have cut my teeth on it, and I hope I have given good work through it. I feel I have. I gave it everything I had, every book, every time. And I hope that I've grown and improved as a writer as time goes on. I never want to write a book as good as my last book. I always want my next book to be better in some way. And so I am always trying to find that way that I can elevate my work to the next level. So while not like losing readers because I'm trying to do something that none of my readers would like I just want it to be even more of what my readers would like. So that's always my goal, improve in some way, right? I don't want to ever feel stale at writing. So I feel like traditional publishing helped me improve much quicker than I could have on my own because, boy, when they set those deadlines, I had to hit those deadlines, and that was really good for me getting things done and getting them turned in. So it's a skill that I took with me into indie publishing, which I am so grateful for. So yeah, traditional publishing, it has been quite a road, and it's been a good one. And I am happy where this road is leading me now. And I have rambled on for way too long. You're probably tired of me talking about publishing. So I will go ahead and sign off for the day. Thank you for spending a little time with me today. And hey, like I said, if you want to see more van mod kind of videos, or if you want to see more, I don't know, knitting videos, or you want me to talk more about traditional publishing, let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye now.